So today, guys, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this solo armor regen build, which I think is probably one of the best armor regen builds in the game because it gives you survivability, gives you damage, and allows you to survive. And as you guys are seeing, when I was playing Countdown, I ended up getting away from my group, and I actually went over and handled one full objective by myself. And that's what I'm telling you, with this build, if you play it right, you can take out objectives by yourself in Countdown. You can definitely do mostly every heroic objective in the Division 2 open world if you guys are looking for those, because the build just has the survivability to keep you up. You won't waste med kits, and you still have some pretty decent damage. So if you guys want, what we're going to do right here is we will dive into the build, but definitely if you guys want to see more gameplay, it will be near the end of the video. So let's get into the build itself. So I kind of wanted to start off with the stats for you guys. We are running 49% crit chance on the Scorpio, which is going to be our main shotgun. We're running 101 crit damage, 65% headshot damage, 12% armor damage. And what really stands out to me, I want to show you at full stack, we're sitting about 126,000 armor regen. Now, armor on kill is 185,000, and we have about 1.8 million armor. So that armor regen really kicks in, and that's at full stacks because of the backpack, Memento backpack, and I'll show you the full build now. So for the mask, we are running the Golden Gear mask. We are running a two-piece, and the reason why is because we want that 1% armor regen. We have the 10% status effects, 1% armor regen. We have 170,000 armor, 12% crit damage. We have 4,900 armor regen, and that's going to be on every single piece. And then we have critical hit chance as the mod, because if we were running like an SMG instead of our primary being the Scorpio, well then we could probably stack more critical hit damage because you know you have critical chance already on your SMG right off the bat. For the chest piece, we're running the Bellstone Armored Chest. Remember, the one piece gives you 1% armor regen. You can put this on anywhere. You can mix match the pieces to this except the backpack. But yeah, this has 168,000 armor. We have 4,900 armor regen. We have another critical hit damage roll, critical hit chance, and then I decided to run something like Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, you repair 95% of your armor. Now, the reason why I think this is good is because especially in stuff like Countdown, and if you're separated from groups, you might need this survivability. Now, if you don't, something like Intimidate works perfectly fine, and that will definitely help you out. And you could run some, you could even swap it out. Instead of running the Scorpio as your primary, you can run an SMG and then run something like Intimidate, and it'll work perfectly fine. But yeah, this is how I have this one set up for running the Scorpio. Now for the holster, we're running the named holster, the ammo dump. Remember, you can craft this one in your vendor if you guys have unlocked it. It comes with 10% shotgun damage, so it works great with the Scorpio. It has 170,000 armor. It has 10% ammo capacity, which that's what's the name version of it, so that's pretty cool. And we have crit chance and critical hit damage rolled on this piece. So exactly how I want it, and this is what you kind of want to go for with this piece right here. Now for the knee pads, we have the Emperor's Guard. These give you that 1% armor regen roll. Now it does have 12% skill duration. If you're running some type of skill with this, it helps out. 170,000 armor rolled on here, and then we have critical hit damage. So this ideally is what you guys kind of want to go for if you guys are trying to create a build like this. Remember, this one actually can come out of any named cache, or you can try to find it when it's for sale at the DZ vendors. That's more likely where you can get it. Now for the gloves, our second piece of Golden Gear. So this gives us that armor that 1% armor regen. We have 170,000 armor, 4,900 armor regen, and then 6% critical hit chance rolled on the gloves. And then obviously, like I said, you can mix match all the pieces, but the backpack is the one piece you really don't want to, because it has weapon damage, armor, skill tier, and then it has critical hit chance mod on here. And obviously the reason why we're able to survive and get that extra armor regen is because we do have high armor, but every time we do pick up a trophy, remember we get additional 5% weapon damage, we get an additional 60% bonus armor, 5% skill efficiency. But once we have a full stack, that's already going to be always 30% weapon damage for 300 seconds, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. And you pair that with the 3% we already have on the build with all the other pieces, and that's why we have such high armor regen on this build. Now I will tell you guys, if you guys want to run an SMG, which I do a lot, you could actually swap out the holster and then just put on a Sokolov holster. And the Sokolov holster is going to give you that SMG damage. And this is typically what I usually do when I swap them out. Armor, critical damage, critical hit chance. And just like the chest piece I was talking to you guys about, if you guys want, you can also put a Sokolov chest piece, something that has Intimidate, so weapon damage, critical damage, critical chance, or armor, obviously roll to the top, and then you want something like intimidate, and that's gonna help you get another 35% weapon damage. Now, you could also even run the hunter killer, something like this, and then just swap out the golden piece somewhere, and that's gonna give you 40% extra weapon damage. So just a couple different things you guys can do, and ideally this is what I would do. I would definitely do this if I wanna run something a little bit different. So if you guys do wanna go with Perfect Intimidate and you don't wanna run Unbreakable for the survivability, you guys 100% can, and then just swap out the golden piece for another piece. You're just gonna swap it out. So you'll put the Bellstone Armory up here, and that's ideally what you would do. But this was more for survivability, and it still has enough damage, as you guys were seeing in the gameplay, to really do what it needed to do. And that's personally why I like this build. A lot of survivability with that Unbreakable 95%, so it's almost like 2 lives of 1.9 million. You know, you can't really beat that. And then you pair that up with the armor regen. Even once you hit your Unbreakable pops, the armor regen is going to kick in and keep getting you going. So that's how you guys can run this. You remember, you can swap out the pieces, have fun with it, twist it around, make it your play style, and have fun with it. What we'll do here is I will leave you with a little bit more gameplay from Countdown when I was kind of solo in my area, and that way you guys can see a little bit more of the gameplay, how I played it and how I ran it. And I think this will definitely be something that you guys can throw together running Countdown, and it's great for hunters, it's great for just clearing everything. It's pretty good. So definitely one of my favorite armor regen builds to run. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I will see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Evacuate the facility.
Follow all lockdown safety protocols.
High-risk target detected. Area secure.
Agent, you should be able to access the waste area.